So already I explained that cylinder flange, cylinder studs. So how the cylinder is fixed to cylinder head or maybe to the crankcase, I explained in the last previous part. The flange is provided, and with help of that flange and using studs or bolts, it can be fixed to either cylinder head or even to the crankcase. So that's why we have to find out the sufficient or suitable dimension of cylinder flange, at the same time the diameter of bolt, so that it can secure that cylinder and crankcase or cylinder head and cylinder without failure. So refer the page number 15.5, equation number 15.8. I repeat, page number 15.5, equation number 15.8. Flange thickness is given there. So flange thickness T suffix F equals to 1, it is in the range of 1.2 to 1.4 times of cylinder wall thickness, that is nothing but T. Next, let us find out the diameter of the bolt. So already, what is the load acting on the bolt? Means, as I said, the maximum load developed in the engine is because of maximum pressure, whatever is developed because of combustion. So that force is acting on the bolt. So it has to secure, the bolt has to secure that crankcase and cylinder without failure. I will draw the rough outline diagram. So it is like this. Here is the bolt and nut. So whatever is the load developed here, that load is nothing but maximum gas pressure, nothing but maximum gas force. This bolt has to secure, withstand that load without failure. So that load is acting in this direction. So that's why this bolt leads to action of tensile load. It is acting along the axis of the bolt. So that load is nothing but tensile load on the bolt. So therefore, you take the bolt, the stress in the bolt is tensile stress. So stress is equal to force acting on the bolt divided by its cross-sectional area. Okay. So therefore, force equals to stress into area. Force is equal to stress into area or area into stress. So force acting on the bolt. Force acting on the bolt is nothing but what is the stress is equal to force by area. Force is equal to area into stress. Force is equal to area into stress. Force acting on the bolt is nothing but the maximum force developed because of pressure build-up in the chamber, the pressure because of combustion chamber. So the pressure developed in the chamber is equals to this force, means force by area. Pressure build-up in the chamber is equal to force by area. Force is equal to pressure into cylinder cross-section area. Got my point? This is the force acting on the bolt. Where from we got this force? The force whatever is developed because of combustion process. Because of combustion process, pressure is built up. From that pressure, we have to find the force. So that pressure, whatever is developed in the cylinder, is equals to force by cylinder area. So force is equals to pressure into cylinder cross section area. So that's why this is equals to cylinder cross section area pi by 4 d square into pressure. This is the force. This now equals to cross section area of the bolt into allowable tensile stress of bolt material. And here this is the cross section area pi by 4 dc square. That is the core diameter. Why? Because bolt is having threading, so we have major diameter, minor diameter, or nominal diameter and core diameter. We have to take the minimum cross section area. Why? Because it leads to a development of higher stress value. So that's why pi by 4 dc square. But this is the cross section area of one bolt. The force is taken up by total number of bolts which are used to secure it, to hold the cylinder and crankcase throughout the circumference. So that's why there may be n number of bolts. So that's why into n. All bolts together take that force. So here this is the core diameter of bolt in mm. N is the number of bolts. Sigma suffix Tb is the allowable tensile stress of bolt material. So from this you will get the relation to find the diameter of bolt. That is so from this we can get the diameter of bolt. D suffix C equals to square root of P into capital D square divided by small n into sigma suffix Tb, where P is the maximum pressure developed in the cylinder, D square is D is nothing but cylinder bore, N is the number of bolts, sigma Tb is allowable tensile stress of bolt material. This formula it is given there. This is not necessary, this is only for explanation purpose I have given this one. No need to remember the formula, you just know how this has been formulated. This formula it is given in the data book, page number 15.5, equation number 15.10. I repeat once again, page number 15.5, equation number 15.10. From that you can get this formula from which you can find the core diameter of the bolt. Here n is the number of bolts. It is also given in the data book, same page, just next to that formula, this formula, next to that formula, you can find that formula to find the n also. N equals to, it is in the range of 0.01D plus 4 to 0.02D plus 4. And remember very carefully, there is a printing mistake in the data book. Instead of 0.01 here, it is printed as 0.1. Repeat once again, it's given as 0.01 is actual value, but in the data book by mistake it is printed as 0.1. So remember and note this point, it is 0.01D plus 4 to 0.02D plus 4. And sigma suffix Tb, its value also given in the data book. It is in the range of 80 to 100 Newton per mm square. Allowable tensile stress of bolt material is 80 to 100 Newton per mm square. So D suffix C is the core diameter. So we have to find the nominal diameter of bolt. It is also given in the same page, just next to that formula. D is equal to 1.2 dc. Nominal diameter of bolt. Nominal diameter of bolt. D small d equals to 1.2 small d suffix D suffix C. As I said, the cylinder is completely fixed to the attached to the crankcase with help of bolts and nuts. So n number of bolts can be secured. So we can take the pitch value. We can take the pitch value actually. So that pitch value is in between range of this is the pitch distance between every successive bolts. It is not given in the data book. You can remember this one, 19 root small d to 28 root small d. So with this one, third point is completed. The last point which comes under design of cylinder is cylinder head. Cylinder head. So already when I have drawn that line diagram initially, mentioning all the parts of cylinder, IC engine, cylinder head, the cylinders, piston, connecting rod, we can see the cylinder head may be either flat shape or convex shape or concave shape, depend upon design type. So it should have a provision to hold the inlet and exhaust valves, and in addition to that, even the spark plug or fuel injector, maybe depend upon petrol or diesel engine. That cylinder head thickness, it is given in page number 15.5, equation number 15.9. I repeat, page number 15.5, equation number 15.9, cylinder head thickness is given T suffix H. T suffix H equals to 0.5 into capital T square root of P by sigma suffix TH. 0.5 into bore diameter square root of maximum pressure developed divided by sigma suffix TH, allowable tensile stress of cylinder head material, and that value it is also given in the data book. You can refer the data book, page number 15.5, equation number 15.9. There itself the allowable tensile stress of cylinder head material is given as it is in the range of 30 to 50 Newton per mm square. 30 to 50 per Newton per mm square. So from this you can find the cylinder head value. So this is all about the design of cylinder. So we have seen the 4 points. First one is cylinder wall thickness. The next one is bore and length of the cylinder. Third one is cylinder flange and struts or bolts. And fourth one is the cylinder head. So these are all the values we have to determine as a part of design of cylinder. So thanks to one and all. This is Dr. G. Maruti Prasad Yadav. So today's session is completed all about the design of cylinder. Next I will come out with other session with a sample problem solving the design of cylinder. Thank you.